Hello everyone. In this video I will explain FutureBee AI's Yugo transcription platform, and I will explain each and everything related to the platform that will help you to understand the platform better. Okay. Also it will leads to increasing your efficiency and it will leads to reducing your errors. So please try to understand each and everything very clearly, and in case of doubt please reach out to your project manager. They will help you to understand if there is anything confusing for you. Okay, so let's start. So first we will provide you some credentials and the platform link. So with the help of the credentials and platform link you have to log in, and once you log in it will ask your name and gender. Okay, so you have to you will see a pop-up here and it will ask you your name and gender, so you have to fill those details and you have to submit it. Once you submit it you will see a screen like this, where you will be see where you are going to see different options like new files, draft, rework, report, feedback. Okay, so I will explain all these things later in the video, but first let me explain what is new file. So whatever new file you are getting from us you will be able to see here. Okay, and if you are working on a particular file and before completing the file you just save the work. Okay, and if you didn't continue the work at that moment, okay, then the file will go into this draft tab. Okay, so all your works saved work will be here in the draft tab. Okay, here you can see a search bar. So if you have multiple files and if you want to search for a particular file, so with the file name you can just search here. You will also be able to see the total duration of the work assigned to you in this particular tab. So you will be able to see total number of total minutes or hours of new files you have. Okay, here you will be able to see the notification related to the files you have received. So here you can see I have received one file 11 hours ago, right? So you will be able to see the notification of each and every new file coming to you. Okay, so now let's move to the draft. So I just work on a particular file and then I save the work and I didn't submit it, so this file just got saved into draft. Here you can see a card. Okay, so this card represent one file. Okay, one audio file. Here you can see the audio file name, so you can copy it from here. Okay, and once you copy you can take it for your record, and you can also take the duration for it. Okay, from here you can play and listen to the audio. In case if the audio is not in your target language you can skip from here only. Okay, so you can just click on skip and you can select the appropriate region and then you can submit it. Okay, here you can see on which last date you have worked or you have put in a draft. So on the 30th March I have worked on it, this particular file, so I saved in draft on 30th March. Deadline is 1 day, so I have to finish this particular file in a day. Okay, and from here I can open the file. So let's open the file and understand basics about the tools. So once you click on open, the file may take a few seconds to load the audio. Okay, it will be depend on your internet speed as well as the duration of the file. So once you load you will be able to see something like this, some screen like this. Okay, so here again you will be able to see your file name. Okay, you can just click here to copy. Okay, here you will be able to see the duration, at what point you are at what stage you are, and the end duration of the file. Okay, from here you can play the
Hello,
file.
FutureBee.
Okay, from here you can move forward and from here you can move backward. uh, with the help of this button you can move forward and backward for 1 second with each click. Okay, from here you can increase the speed of the audio. Okay, so if you think the uh, uh, audio speed is low or they are speaking slowly, then you can just increase the speed from here. Or after completing your work, if you just want to review, you can just increase the speed and then you can review your file. Okay, in case you want to change the scale, so here you can see scale from 0 to 2 second and then 4 second. Okay, so if you want to change the scale you can just zoom out. Okay, and now you will be able to see 0 to 1 second and then 2 seconds. So it's depend on the sound waves. Okay, this area is known as the wave area. Here you will be able to see the sound waves or the speech. Okay, so this particular line represents channel 1 and this particular line represents channel 2. Okay, so in this line you will be able to hear a particular speaker. Okay, the same speaker cannot be heard in this particular audio. If you are listening to any audio where you can listen this particular speaker, this speaker in also in this particular channel, then there is some issue. Otherwise, let's say if you and me are talking and if my voice is coming in this particular channel, my voice cannot come in this channel. Okay, it's like two people are talking over the phone call. Okay, so the person 1 phone is this and the person 2 phone is this. Okay, and this is known as segment. Okay, so you while drawing the segment, you just have to put your cursor here and just drag it. Okay, and you will be able to draw a segment. Okay, this is known as the start time of the segment and this will be a end time of the segment. So if you are in this particular segment, you will be able to see your start time and end time. Okay, let's make a segment here. If I am making segment like this, okay, now let's zoom it. Now you can see I have created a segment like this. If I am creating a segment like this, some part of wave is cutting. Okay, and the wave represent the sound here. It may be speech, it may be noise, it may be music or something else. Okay, this plain line is representing nothing. This is silence only. Okay, but there is something, it may be speech or noise, or right. So while creating the segment, we have to consider, make sure that we are not cutting any wave. This is just to avoid cutting of any words in the audio. Okay, so while creating the segment, please keep this in mind that we have to give a small tolerance only. We cannot create like this because it will also include a lot of silence in this segment, which make it incorrect. Okay, so we just have to give a small tolerance and we need to make sure that there is no word cutting. Okay, so in this particular area, here in above channel there will be always speaker 1, in the below channel there will be always speaker 2. So let's say this is speaker 2 and I am in this segment. Okay, so if I change the speaker from here, okay, the segment will go up, right. So this is now a part of channel 1 and this is speaker 1. So while selecting the speaker, we need to make sure we are selecting the correct speaker. Otherwise the channel, the segment will jump in another channel and it will let me explain it again. So it's jumped to this particular channel. Now if I play this segment, I can't hear anything because there is nothing, right. So this is the incorrect segment for this particular speaker. Okay, so this is the basic, we call it wave area, as I mentioned earlier. Also we need to make sure that we are creating correct segment where we are not cutting any waves part. Okay, we don't have to create segment for silence. Now let's understand this particular area. Okay, so here you will be able to see at what time your audio or your work last saved. Okay, so work auto save at 1 minute interval. So after each minute your work will get automatically saved. Okay, from here you will be able to see on which page you are. So let's say your file have many segments. Okay, so based on number of segments, you will be able to see the pages. So in each page there are 25 segments. Okay, and total segments are 58. So if we divide 20 with 25, we are getting 3 pages. Okay, so and now we are on a first page. Okay, now let's say I am working and I have played the audio. Okay, and if I use this pause while typing, so if I am playing the audio and I am typing, then whenever I will type, it will automatically stop. So let's
શુભ સવાર આપે શાના માટે કોલ કર્યો છે મને આપે શાના માટે કોલ કર્યો છે મને
let's
આપે શાના માટે કોલ કર્યો છે મને
if I write, it will stop, and if I stop,
આપે શાના માટે કોલ કર્યો છે મને આપે શાના માટે કોલ કર્યો
again. If I write, it will stop, and then if I stop, it will
છે મને
continue.
આપે શાના માટે કોલ કર્યો
Right, so this can be useful while you are working in a particular segment or working on an entire file. Okay, so just click here and whenever you will type, it will stop the audio, and once you stop typing, it will continue the audio from that particular point. Okay, this will help you to speed up your work. Okay, also when here you can see channel 1 and channel 2. So channel 1 represent this particular sound wave and channel 2 represent this. So if you are in a segment of speaker 2, okay, so in that case channel 1 will be automatically get mute, so you will not hear this particular person voice, and channel 2 will be hearable, right? In case if you want to unmute this from here, you can do it. If you want to mute this, you can do it while you are listening to entire file. If you want to mute any particular speaker, you can do it. Okay, this will help you if at some point if you are playing the entire file from here, okay, and both the speaker are talking simultaneously at a particular point, and if you don't want to listen to channel 1, then you can mute, or if you don't want to listen to channel 2, you can mute channel 2 as well, right? Now this is find and replace. Okay, so let me just put some words here. Okay, and let me show you how this is going to work. So let's say if I am working on this particular file, and if I made a particular mistake in a same word, or if I want to change something with some other word, okay, so what I will do, I will search here. So I just search Praveen. Okay, so now you can see in 3 segments, okay, the word is written. So you will be able to see there are 3 words. Okay, if I am replacing it with something, now it is blank. So after replacing, I will get this sentence till here only. Okay, this particular word will not appear in the final result. Okay, from here if you want to fully match the word, okay, so let's say I am writing this and this is on. Okay, so we don't have any word like VW and win. Okay, so if I remove this, then it may track win in this particular word. If I just want to match the full word, then it will not, right? So in case where you want to change a full word, then please mark this particular button and then move forward. Okay, in case we have to replace any uppercase letter with uppercase uppercase word with uppercase word, or lowercase word with lowercase exactly, then we will enable this. Okay, and in case if we want to make sure that the first letter should always be capital, okay, then we will click here preserve capitalization of first letter. So whatever we are going to replace, it will always preserve the first letter as a capital. Now let's replace it. So once I replace Praveen with Ram, you will be able to see how the output will look like. So wherever the word seen Praveen, it will replace with Ram. Okay, and if I click here, you will be able to see it got replaced, right? So this is for find and replace. Okay, this is helpful when we have to replace similar words in the entire file. Okay, now this here you will be able to see your feedback. So whatever file you are working, it will go to QA, and then the QA will give you some feedback. Okay, so you will be able to see if you are working on a file, some feedback, you will be able to see the feedback from here. Okay, in case you are working, okay, you completed, let's say this file is 5 minutes and you completed 2 minutes, and now you don't want to continue, so you will you want to do it later, right? So you can just click on draft, and all your work will get saved into the draft tab. Okay, in case you want to skip the file, you can just click here if the audio is not in your target language, if the audio is abusive, if the audio don't have any speech, right? So there will be different reason for skip. So from here we can skip. Okay, once we complete the work, we will submit the file from here only. Okay, now let's understand this portion. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, this is a segment. Okay, this is a segment, and this is the design of the entire segment, and this particular segment have multiple things here. So this here you can see the start time of the segment and end time of the segment. Okay, so if you want to compare sometime, if two same segments are overlapping with each other, right? So these two are overlapping, right? And you can see the error is also there, right? But we don't want to do overlapping. So you can see which two segments are overlapping. This is ending at 645, and this is starting at 603, 4645 and 4603. So it ended, before it ended it started, right? So that's why it is overlapping. So we will just move the segment from here to here, and the overlapping is removed, right? So the overlapping for this particular segment is removed. Now let's understand different part. So this is the main label of this particular segment. So the segment, this particular segment, the wave may have, as I mentioned, the wave may have noise, only music, or speech, right, or something else, right? So based on that we will select the particular label. So if this particular segment has speech, people are talking, then we will select speech. If this is only music, there is no speech, we will select music. If there is only noise, then we will select noise. Okay, this is for selecting speaker. So if we are in this particular channel, we will select speaker 1. If we are in this channel, we will select speaker 2. In general, when we create a segment here, it will automatically take speaker 2, so you don't have to worry about the speaker. Okay, it will automatically take the speaker name. Okay, from here these are two other options. So as per the project, there may be two different questions. Okay, and based on the question you have to answer. So let's say here the first question is, does this segment have English word? Then we will select yes, because we can see here is some English, right? If it don't have, we will select no. Does this segment have any number? Then yes, then we will select yes. If it don't have any number, then we will select no. Okay, from here you can delete the segment. Okay, also for each speaker we have to confirm the gender. Okay, so let's say this is speaker 1, then we have to confirm the gender of this particular speaker. So if it is male, then we will select male and then confirm. So for all segment of speaker 1, it will consider as male. So you can see speaker 1 male, speaker 1 male. So we just have to select once. Okay, for similarly we have to select for speaker 2. Okay, now here, so whatever error in the segment, okay, let's say if there are some rules that we cannot put number in the segment, we cannot put special character in the segment, we cannot allow overlapping, right? So all the error will be shown here, and based on the error, you have to correct the error, and then you will be able to submit your work. Okay, until and unless you are not correcting the error, you will not be able to submit the file. Now let's move to this particular area. Here you can see instruction. So once you click here, you will be able to see all your instruction here, and you will be able to search, okay, about related to your project guidelines and tool guidelines. So there are two types of guidelines. This is related to your project and this is related to the tool. So while working, if you want to check any guidelines, you can check. If you want to open in a new tab, you can just click here and you can open it. Okay, now let's see, this is raise query. Okay, so in case while working, if you face any issue, let's say it is not allowing you to select yes or no, this is the issue, right? Or it is not playing the segment, it is not playing the audio, then what you can do, you can just click here to raise the query. You will select the appropriate reason. Okay, and then you can write your message, and if possible to take screenshot, then you can upload the screenshot and send it. Your project manager will look into the query and help you to resolve the issue. Okay, from here you can see the notification. Okay, so I got a file 12 hours ago. It is for the profile. Now this is the main feature we have to work on. These are the shortcut keys. Okay, so while working on this particular platform, we have to use all these shortcut keys. Okay, because if we are going to use these shortcuts, we will save approx 10 to 15% of our time. Okay, at least 10 to 15% of our time we can save with the help of these shortcuts. Okay, so let me explain each and every shortcut. So simple, the first shortcut is to play and pause. So if we are playing entire file and we are here, okay, if I am here, you can see what is my current position. So instead of playing from here, I can just press escape key. Okay, so to play and pause, I can use escape key. Similarly, if I am in a particular segment and if I want to play this particular segment only, okay, I don't want to listen to the entire audio, then I will use shortcut key shift plus escape. If I press shift plus escape, it will continuously play the segment in a loop. Okay, so this will help you to just listen to a particular segment and transcribe that and then move to the next segment. Okay, so this shortcut is also mentioned, segment play, shift plus escape. Similarly, if you want to go forward like 1 second forward or 1 second backward, you can use F1, F2. Okay, if you want to slower the speed, you can use F3. If you want to faster the speed, you can do F4. If you have write something here and if you want to undo it, you can just press Ctrl Z. Okay, if you want to select what is written here, you can just press Ctrl A, it will select. Then if you want to copy, just do Ctrl C. Okay, if you want to paste it, just do Ctrl V. Okay, so these are the basic shortcuts we have to use. Now apart from this, if you want to delete the segment, then there is a shortcut, just press Ctrl D or Command D if you are using Mac, and it will show the pop-up. Okay, if you want to delete, you can just delete it, or if you want to put it, you can just put it. Okay, so after deleting, you can use Ctrl plus S or Command S for saving your work. Okay, or the work is also saving each and every minute. Okay, split segment, I will show you. This shortcut is changes, so I will show you later in this video. If you want to go to this next segment or the top segment or bottom segment, then for going bottom, just press shift plus down arrow key and you will be able to move to the bottom segment. If you want to go to top segment, just press shift plus top arrow key and you will be able to do it. Okay, these shortcuts are also mentioned here. Okay, move to various element in segment. So if you are here, if you are select speech, and if you are here, if you want to jump to this, right, if you want to next, you can just press tab and you will be able to move to the next segment, next part of the particular segment. Okay, now if you want to change in drop down value, so there will be some tag list we will show you. So let's say if this is a tag list, okay, if you want to move to this particular or this particular tag, then you can use top arrow key and down arrow keys. Okay, and if you want to select a particular tag, then you have to press enter. Okay, and then you will be able to see the tag here. Next is merge segment. Okay, to merge two segments, let's say this segment and this segment. Now while merging, I will be only able to merge two segments of a same speaker. Okay, so if this is speaker 1, this is speaker 1, and if there is speaker 3, okay, let's discuss it again. If it is speaker 1, speaker 3 and speaker 1, and if I want to merge this segment to another speaker 1, then if I click here, this segment and this segment will get merged if these are both are speaker 1. If it is speaker 3, it will not get merged with this particular segment. Okay, so make sure you are merging correct segment. So let's say I am here, this is also speaker 1 for now, right? So I will just go to this particular segment and I will click merge, and it will show me which two segments are we are merging. So segment 1 is this 0999, and segment 2 just next to this particular segment for the same speaker, so it is 2444. Okay, so it will merge 2444 here. You can see this is speaker 2, so it will not merge the speaker 2, it will merge this and this. Okay, so if I am merging this, now you can see both segments are merged, right? So in case when you want to merge two segments, you can use it. Draw overlap segment. So in this particular project, we don't have to draw any overlap segments. Okay, move cursor left or right with 500 jump. So while working on our project, we have to follow a 500 ms rule. Okay, so let's say this is the sound wave starting from here and ending here. Okay, so the rule is that if there is a gap of 500 ms or half a second between any two words for a same speaker, then we have to create separate segment for that. So let's say if the gap, this particular gap is, if the gap is 500 ms, then we have to create two segments, one for this and one for this. Okay, now what if, let me first delete them. So now I have to check whether this gap is 500 ms or not, right? So how to check if this gap is 500 ms or not? So we don't have to count from here. Okay, this is the scale, but we don't have to count from here. What we will do, we will just put our cursor at the ending of this word, and then we will press right arrow key, and the right arrow key will jump only 500 ms. So as I jump, it moved from here to here, it is 500 ms. How you can make sure that it is 500 ms? So we were at 4 second, and this is 5 second, right? So we obviously we jump less than 1 second, and the less than 1 second is 500 ms. We can also check from here. This is 4 second and 52 microsecond, and this is some similar like 552 approx, right? So it is moved 500 ms. So the gap is less than 500 ms, then we can create a segment for them. If the gap is greater than 500 ms, then we have to create separate segment. I hope this is clear. Now find and replace, as we have used find and replace, so instead of clicking here, you can just press Ctrl plus F, and it will open the 500 find and replace pop-up for you. Okay, apart from this, we have some, as I mentioned earlier, we have some tag list. Okay, different tag list. Okay, so for enabling or getting those tags, we have to use different shortcuts like Ctrl J, Ctrl K, and Ctrl L. Okay, you can see here Ctrl J, Ctrl K, and Ctrl L. Similarly for Mac, Command J, Command K, and Command L. Okay, so let me press Ctrl J. So in Ctrl J, you will be able to see the filler sounds. Okay, so this is a one type of label. Filler sound means while we are speaking to someone, we generally say right? So it is like while talking to someone, we stuck at some point, right? And this type of sounds come out of our mouth, right? So this is filler. So this is one type of tag or filler sound we have to use. Now pressing Ctrl K, so there will be different labels, and to move to different labels, we can use top and bottom arrow key, and then if I want to select something, let's say foreign language, then I will press enter. So the foreign language label will appear here, and then I can type whatever I want to type based on the guidelines. Now let's press Ctrl L. So based on Ctrl L, there are different tags. Let's say background noise, background speech, or any other labels will be there based on the project requirement, right? And similarly, we can move up and down and select our appropriate label. So these are the three main shortcuts for getting different labels, like filler, for tags like foreign language and all, and the labels like background noise, laugh, and all. Okay, so now only one thing pending is split. Okay, so let's understand the split part. So let's consider this particular segment. Okay, and let's assume that this gap is 500 ms. Okay, or I got to know that this is the 500 ms gap, then I want to split the segment. So I will not do, like, I will not reduce the size of this segment and then create the new segment. Instead of, what I will do, I will use this split function. Because I will click on split, and it will show what to do. Click on wave to mark the split point, step 1. Okay, and the wave area is here. Okay, and I want to break it here because the word is ending here. So I will click here. Sorry, I think some mistake happened. Let me try it again. So we'll click on split, then we'll select the area. Now you can see the step 1 is done. Now click in the text to split it accordingly. So let's say the first word is this. Okay, and then this is the remaining spoken part here. Okay, so I will put my cursor here, and it will create two segments. Segment 1 will be from this distance to this distance, and segment 2 will be from this distance to, this time to this time. And then once I click on yes split, it will create two different segments. You can see this, and these two different segments are created. Okay, so wherever I have put my cursor it breaks. So I think by mistake I put my cursor here, so it cut this segment from starting, so I got nothing here and the remaining part I got here. Okay, so these are the basic shortcuts and the overview and the feature of the platform. Please go through this video and try to understand each and everything. Okay, in case of confusion please reach out to your project manager, they will help you to understand. Okay, these shortcuts and the understanding of these features is very crucial in this particular project, and this will help you to improve your efficiency and reducing overall errors. Okay, so now let me just save my work because I am not completing this particular file, so I will just click on draft and my work will get saved, and you can see my file will come to draft. Okay, in case if I am getting any rework, I will be able to see my all the rework file here. So similarly, similar to draft, I will able to see a card here, and I have to open that particular file, and then I can work on that particular file. From here I will be you will be able to check how many files you have done and how many files are in QA, how many files approved, rejected and skip. From here you will be able to see the feedback of each and every file. From here you will be able to check the status of your files, like total file 1, how much duration, 5 minutes, pending 1 file, completed 0 file, skipped 0, rejected file 0, rework file 0. Okay, after submitting the file, what is the status of the file, if it is ready for QA, is it assigned to QA or not, is it approved or rejected. So you will be able to check the status here. Okay, so that's it in this particular video. I think I have explained each and everything, so please go through it, and in case of confusion feel free to reach out. Thank you so much.